Hi, I'm Heather. I was born in Harrow, North London. My parents became Christians after they attended a course and had to go to church following before they were able to get married in the church. So I've been brought up as a Christian. Attended church and went to Sunday school right up until I suppose my teenage years when I slipped and then I I went back after I had my first son. Uh, I but my parents had a very strong faith. Um, my I saw a lot of miracles throughout my life through my dad, who was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis 6 months after they were married, and there were lots of problems that came um, with that over the years. And he had one in particular when he had an operation to attach his neck to his spine, which they couldn't do because it was such a dangerous operation. They wouldn't do it until the pin bone at the top of his neck was wedged between two vertebrae, which meant that he was totally paralysed. So after he had the operation, which he came through very well, he then went down with meningitis and came through that as well. And the doctors and nurses at the hospital said that, as well as the love of his family, it was his faith that brought him through. And I'll never forget when I said to him afterwards, "That must have been really frightening for you, Dad, when you were paralysed." And he said, "No, not really. I knew that God would do whatever was necessary at the time." And that absolutely amazed me, that his faith was so strong. And so, oh, excuse me. I moved to Luton in 1987 and started attending St Hugh's because it was my parish church. It was very different from what I was used to because the church that I had been attending was a high church, and so it took a bit of getting used to, but everybody was so nice and friendly, and I soon got used to it. And so the most memorable, I suppose, the most amazing encounter that I had with Jesus was when my son went missing 11 years ago. We hadn't seen him or heard from him since before Christmas. No, it was at least 2 or 3 months anyway. And I was attending an Easter Lent course at church, and we had a time of prayer. And when they asked if there was anything particular that we would like to pray for, I said that I shared about my son, and one of the members of the group said, "Well, would you like to come into church and we'll pray at the cross?" So I went into church and I shut my eyes and we started praying, and I saw Jesus standing in the distance with his arms wide open. So I walked up to him and he put his arms around me and he said, "It's going to be all right." That was on the Tuesday, and on the Thursday, my son phoned me and told me that he was living in Slovenia. He'd got married without telling anybody, and his wife was very very controlling, and she wouldn't let him contact his family. So I was really pleased that he had at least have phoned me. So I carried on praying for him, and he came home the following January. So, and now he's living in Luton. So we've got him really close by. So, yeah, that's it.